everybody, it's time for another edition of Bacon in Your Jammies. We're still on the Christmas candy kick here, and today I'm going to be talking about making cream cheese cherry nut bonbons, is what we call them. This is my Auntie Ethel's recipe, and she made these back as far as I can remember, so gosh, well over 50 years, probably 55 years she started making them. And they just became a family favorite. They are putsy, but they are delicious. The ingredients that you need for these, pack of cream cheese, an 8-ounce pack of cream cheese, a half a cup of powdered sugar, 16 maraschino cherries, a cup of chopped nuts, pecans or walnuts, a cup of shredded sweetened coconut, and then a bag of chocolate chips for the dipping. And I use just a little bit of coconut oil mixed in with my chocolate chips when I do that. So I made my filling last night and just have that chilling in the refrigerator. So you just, with a mixer or just whisk up the cream cheese, have it softened, and whisk that up. Then whisk in the half a cup of powdered sugar into that. And then chop up your nuts, and you don't want them real fine because you want to, oh gosh, our power just went out. Okay, came back on. You don't want them ground, you want it just, just chopped. And then mix that all together, and then the cup of coconut. And then with the cherries, I take and cut them in half, and then cut those in half. Let's see, half, and then half again. So you get 8 pieces out of a cherry. And then I put them on a paper towel and just not smush them, but just take the moisture out of them, just so that they're not soupy, because then it makes your filling too wet. So just chop up your cherries and put them between a couple paper towels and just pat them, and then fold them in. Don't mix them in because you don't want them to be mushed in there. Just fold them into the cream cheese mixture and then chill that. Okay, now while that's chilling, you're going to prepare your chocolate, and I take 1 package of semi-sweet. Today I use semi-sweet chocolate chips, and you can use dark chocolate if you like that. They're really delicious with that too. And then I take a teaspoon of coconut oil. I think the original recipe called for paraffin, which you can use. I guess it just seems kind of funny to use that paraffin nowadays, but put that in, and that just makes it a little bit shiny. And I've made them without, just with plain chocolate, and they're just fine. Now, if you have molds, that's what I'm going to use. I have actually chocolate covered cherry molds. Do you think I can find them? But I got these silicone molds, so that's what I'm using for today. And what I did was just melt my chocolate on defrost for a couple of minutes, stir it until it was all the way melted, and then I took a spoon and then lined each one of my little cups on my filling here, or on my forms, and then pop that in the refrigerator. Now, they're firm, and now I'm going to take just a little spoon and fill each one of these. So this is what the filling looks like. Yummy. And just fill each one. And you don't want to overfill them because you want them to be flat on the bottom. So I'm just going to take each one and fill those. And then I'm going to take my melted chocolate and cover that again, so that makes it's the top of this, but it'll be the bottom when we pop them out. Now, what if you don't have molds? You can certainly just make these and dip them. So if you don't have any molds, you are going to make the filling just the same, and you're going to chill it, and then you're going to form them into bite-sized balls. Chill that again and make sure they're really firm. Then melt your chocolate, as we talked about, And then a couple different ways that you can do it. Sometimes what I've done is I take the chilled ball and just dip the bottom into the chocolate and then put it on wax paper or parchment paper, and let that chill again till it's set, and then take them out, hold it, and dip it upside down again, and that works just fine. If you have a dipping fork or a dipping spoon, you can use that and just take your chilled filling and dip the whole thing. They're a little bit messier that way. You can actually use like a toothpick too, but sometimes the filling isn't hard and it's not firm enough and it'll fall apart into the chocolate. So again, they're putsy, but they're yummy. I'll come back when these are done and show you the finished product, and I wish you could taste them. So we'll come back. Okay, so while that first batch of the molds were making, or were chilling, I decided to just go ahead and do some manual, or just by hand dipping ones. So what I have ready to go here into the fridge, I just took a spoon and made circles of the chocolate, a couple dozen of them, and then I took my filling and put it right on there. Now I'm going to pop these into the, let that chiller thing go, refrigerator, and then when they're set, when the chocolate is set, then I'll take them out and dip them again. Now this takes a lot more chocolate to do it this way, but, so I'm going to probably need 2 bags of chocolate total when I'm done with this, but we'll come back and see the finished product. Okay, we're almost done. So we have the ones that are in the molds. We're going to unmold those and see how they turned out in just a minute. But I also have these that I've had chilled now that I did by hand. So I have my chocolate melted and ready to go again. And if that gets too hard, just pop it in again for a minute on defrost. So you can see here that it's the set chocolate on the bottom with the chilled filling. And I'm just going to, this gets to be messy, I'm just going to take it in and dip it. And then you just let them set again. So that's the by hand version. Whoa, let's lose them all. So there's that one. Now let's see how these came out in the mold. So I've never made them in this before. I'll just kind of pop it loose here around the edge. And cross your fingers. Oh, it came out. Look at how pretty. So they're pretty, they're a lot smaller. And then to finish these off, I always like to put them in little candy tin or candy papers. Look at these cute ones with the Santas on them. So put that in there, and look at how pretty that is. That's a little gift basket. You can put a bunch of those in to make a little arrangement. So there you have it. Cherry chocolate, no, let's see, what do we call it? Cream cheese cherry chocolate bonbons. Anyway, enjoy.